California is a place that's perfect for building hydropower projects. The rivers in California come off the crest of the Sierras down to the valley floor in about 60 miles. So many dams, virtually every river system in California had hydropower developed on it over the last century. And rivers went from having their full natural flows in them to just a trickle.
Paddling back in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, it was unpredictable. You'd show up to the river, there wouldn't be any water in the river, you'd get skunked. There just wasn't a whole lot of information and there wasn't a whole lot of cooperation from the utilities.
Fortunately, these dams have to go through a process where their flows have to be reconsidered and reevaluated every 30 to 50 years. I've always been connected to rivers. I started fly fishing when I was about 7 years old. Later in life, I learned to kayak. So rivers have always been a part of my life. And I was at a place where I felt like I needed to find a way to give back. Somebody asked me to go to a meeting. I showed up. Turns out it was about a hydropower relicensing on the Feather River. And I found out this is something I was really interested in. I kind of found out that I was actually good at it. And I was starting this just as virtually every hydropower project in California was going to go through this process in the next 20 years. So it was really a timing thing where it worked out for me being engaged in this, and there was a lot of work that was going to need to happen.
Like any FERC relicensing project, there's the push and pull and tug of many different stakeholder groups. And in our case, we had agencies advocating for threatened species. We had anglers working on flows for their fishing adventures. Of course, we had recreational boating and the commercial boating community, and they all had different interests in mind and wanted different things, wanted the project to be managed in different ways. Of course, our interest was generating electricity, but also providing a water supply for the people of Placer County.
There's a lot of hydropower in this part of the Sierra, and Dave and I have got to work on all of those projects together. In the beginning, there was an antagonistic relationship that was developing between the whitewater boating flows that were being put down the river in the summer and how those were affecting the foothill yellow-legged frogs in the river. And as we worked together more, Dave was really willing to sit at the table and sit down and actually spend the time to look at the hydrology and to understand what the natural hydrology of the river was and really what could be in the river.
Dave went about the negotiation from the point of view of the aquatic ecosystem. He didn't come at it from the point of view of a boater only. His intent was that whatever boating flows occur will be done without damage to the aquatic ecosystem. And I found that to be the great strength of American Whitewater and of Dave Steindorf.
And turns out what's actually good for frogs is good for people that want to go out and paddle and fish and do other things, because you're really restoring the key components of this natural hydrograph.
If there was anything that Dave Steindorf taught me, it was to be serious at the table and have fun in the field.
And I think one of the keys there is just getting people out so that they have the chance to experience these places. You can't protect what you don't know, and if you don't know, you can't love it.
And those are the kind of opportunities that come when you are working with someone from American Whitewater who has a passion for educating people about the crossover between river science and river policy.
Play on the river is part of the connection. So you meet people on the river that you don't get to meet in the boardroom, and then when you see each other in the boardroom, you've already made the relationship. The relationship has been built on the river so that you can enjoy the benefits of that in the boardroom.
When we would walk out of a room with Dave, the hydropower operators would be able to tell you about the whitewater boating reach down below and about the frogs down below. And they would, from Dave, learn how spicy a reach was down below from all of his whitewater boating terminology and the boating videos that he brought to the room. And then in turn, those operators would also help Dave understand what their operations were.
Dave has been an excellent resource for all of us, not just for the American River Project that we relicensed, but Dave and I would often call each other and bounce natural resource issues, both at the state and federal level, off of each other so that we had a better understanding. And we oftentimes shared advocacy, not just for the benefit of one or the other, but for the benefit of the entire community.
And so the work that Dave put in, it really paid off. And these victories that Dave got weren't just Dave's victories, they were our victories and the community's victories. And not only for our generation, but for generations to come.
We've been able to get flow information on virtually every river system in California, more than 50 gauges that would not be out there, that would have made paddling most of the rivers in California impossible because you have to drive there to find out that there isn't any water. That's made a huge difference for recreational paddlers in this state.
Without your effort and American Whitewater's effort, that water wouldn't be there. So there's recreation opportunity that you made happen. And years from now, people will say, who's this guy, Dave Steindorf? But there will be water in the river for them.
It's truly been one of the great joys of my life to be part of the American Whitewater team for the past 25 years. In the world of river conservation, this organization is second to none. People sometimes ask me, how can such a small organization take on so much? I usually joke that we're just really bad at setting limits. But the truth is, it comes down to the deep personal connection that we all have with rivers. It's that connection that fuels our work and helps us rise to meet the challenges wherever they appear. Whether you're into rafting, kayaking, stand-up paddleboarding, or just walking along a healthy, flowing river, this team is really, truly something special, and they deserve our full support. So for the paddlers in the room today, there are a number of people here who you may not know. You're probably not going to see them at a takeout or a put-in or even floating down the river. But many of the people that work for resource agencies or our other partners here today, these are the people that are out there every day protecting the rivers that you all enjoy. American Whitewater has spent decades building relationships with these people. And it's these relationships that really allow us to do our work and really improve the landscape for protecting the resources that we all care about. To my friends and partners who are here today, I really thank you for your friendship, your collaboration, and really the pleasure of being able to work with you for the past 25 years.
Underneath the cash it red high. Think we might be out of time tonight, but it's alright now. It's alright.